There are 19 or 20 students sitting in this room? Statistically, about 7 of you prefer headline news throughout the day, 9 of you get your news on social media, and of that 9, 7 of you do so via Facebook. Nearly 50% of people statistically do not hold the same value for traditional news sources like radio and newspapers. Even most television is watched online at the convenience of the viewer. Quote, about half of all Americans use YouTube, and about 1/5 get their news there, which amounts to about 10% of the US population. As we migrate to greener, pixelated pastures, our relationships with aging media changes. One of the many is the way social media reshapes the way we experience news. A key factor in all of this is viewing control in the hands of the user, not the producer. This control means news outlets who want to hoard views need to catch the viewer. Producers cater content to attract a targeted demographic, and as others follow suit, we have an increasingly partisan cyber-political region where each group are effectively marketed towards, like product consumers. In effect, it creates a system of highly biased content being distributed with an equally selectively biased selection process. Instead of holding an objective worldview that evolves with new truths, we choose to view content that affirms our pre-existing beliefs, founded or not. As if to catalyze the effect, social media platforms like Facebook actively filter the content each individual sees, respective to their likes, preferences, and past online behavior. So not only are we subjecting ourselves to a narrow view, but we are misled to believe our narrow scope reflects that of the greater public via social media. Another element contributing to this new experience is the user ability to create and distribute content. Opinion posts exist everywhere, for everything, from a caption or a blog post to an op-ed in the Times. Like a game of telephone, meetings and messages often change with each new distinctive moment in circulation. Dialogue opens, new ideas circulate, and movements are born. From the producing end, not a moment is wasted when a social movement or trend begins to take wind. Producers, who aim to amass as many views as possible, flood resources into creating and circulating fresh content. As was the case with Caitlyn Jenner's transformation, where social media and the national media at large fed off each other's energies for weeks. Now, why does the media tend to linger on fluff topics that would otherwise typically be fleeting? Because it's the internet, and there's a lot of people with something to tweet. To quote Boyd and Marwick, the site launched in 2006 and broke into the mainstream in 2008 to 2009, when user accounts and media attention exponentially increased. Twitter had approximately 18.2 million users in 2009, increasing to 27.2 million by January 2010. As of 2010, the most followed Twitter users are the well-known organizations like CNN and Whole Foods, very famous people and public figures from President Barack Obama to actor Ashton Kutcher. All of these people talking about all of their feelings means there's all this stuff to barely pay attention to. Small and Vorgan call it a techno-brain burnout. They argue as a result our high-tech revolution has plunged us into a state of continuous partial attention, which software executive Linda Stone describes as continuously staying busy, keeping tabs on everything. Thankfully, there are organizations like Vice that strive to embody what's been lost in objective journalism, and they utilize social media and their traditional values to offer something old but new.